Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
It's wild, because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster, and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
Terence Crawford has reportedly broken his silence after Floyd Mayweather's bold call-out in the aftermath of the Canelo Alvarez fight, and his response is as sharp as his jab. While the boxing world has been buzzing over Mayweather's comments, many wondered if Bud would take the bait and fire back. True to form, Crawford didn't hold back, addressing Floyd's remarks head-on while also making it clear that he's focused on cementing his own legacy. His response not only adds fuel to an already heated conversation in the boxing community, but also raises the stakes for what could be one of the most talked-about potential showdowns in years.
Yo, yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, shit, okay, I'm just asking.
man.
Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody. I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who would win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd would win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terrence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ and
But
that
the funny
defense is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Everybody else,
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got to pioneer it, right? Yeah, you got to
There's
do
an
it.
OG you can't outfigure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't outfigure out.
Stephen A. Smith lauded Terence Crawford's performance in his unanimous decision over Canelo Alvarez, calling him the best fighter in the world. He argued that Crawford had just done something exceptional, moving up in weight, defeating a big-name champion who held all 4 belts in the super middleweight division, and doing so in dominant fashion. Stephen A. emphasized not only Crawford's technical skills, but also his mental toughness and consistency over many years. For Stephen A., Crawford's ability to beat great opponents while maintaining an unblemished record, and now capturing undisputed status in yet another weight class, puts him at the very top of boxing's current hierarchy.
Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring. He wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part, and it was definitely a legacy fight, something he had told me. He had been telling me for the last 2 years. He had one time I was at a UFC event, Molly and Cam, at the Sphere.
Shane Mosley believes Terence Crawford holds the edge over Floyd Mayweather in several key areas, especially size and physicality. Mosley points out that Crawford is naturally bigger, with longer reach and greater strength, advantages Mayweather rarely had, particularly at welterweight. However, Mosley doesn't dismiss Mayweather. He emphasizes Floyd's exceptional technical sharpness, defense, and ring IQ as what sets him apart. While Crawford may not need to rely on evasive skills as much due to his physical gifts, Mayweather's mastery in those areas allowed him to overcome fights even when size was against him. Mosley argues that Crawford combines physical edge with impressive skill, but that Mayweather's legacy was built on near-flawless technique.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually taking more in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.